Sergeant Norwood, Durham County Sheriff's Office. I'm currently assigned to the Scope Unit. Today we are doing the Operation Medicine Drop. It's a program that we participate in the Durham County Sheriff's Office that's given by the State Bureau of Investigation.
Take care of yourself. Thank you for bringing them.
Okay, so Carolina Arbors is a fabulous community. We have residents that are 55 and better. There are 1,292 homes here at Carolina Arbors. We have approximately 2,200 residents.
Good morning. Thank you.
Operation Medicine Drop is an opportunity for people to take old or not used medicine, controlled substances, and bring them to the place like this where it's secure and pass over to law enforcement so we can get rid of them the proper way.
And they have done the pill drop in the past, and it has helped the residents to get rid of their unwanted expired medicines and help to clean out their medicine cabinets.
Those medications are given into the wrong hands or fall in the wrong hands. It can be used for selling back on the streets and stuff like that. And a lot of times people do also hold on to them and not know what to do with them, and sometimes they flush them, and that's not what you want to do.
It just helps them to purge and get rid of unwanted medicines in a safe and healthy way.
We secure the medicines in these boxes, then we destroy them later by incineration.
Have a good day, okay? All right, take care.
And we'd like to thank everyone who came by, stopped in, and dropped off medicine. So far, we've collected 2 of these large brown boxes, and we'll be out here again for another hour or so. So thank you for everyone who showed up.
Have a good day, okay? Take care.
So we have another event scheduled April 24th, Walmart on Glen School Road, and that'll be from 10 to 2.
I trust the vaccines. I trust the scientists who have come up with a great formula to help defeat COVID-19.
I'm very lucky because my wife and I were able to get the vaccine. If you have an opportunity to get the vaccine, please do it.
Get in the game, get off the sidelines, and get vaccinated. And so it's important for us to take the torch, be the example, and make sure we're doing our part to protect our community.
It's paramount that we all be vaccinated so we can protect each other, and especially our loved ones.
I believe in the vaccine. I believe in our scientists. I believe in the medicine. I took it to protect others and hopefully live longer.
We're going to get through this thing. We got to practice social distancing. We got to wear our masks. You have a spot, take your shot.
You have a spot.
Take your shot.
You have a spot.
Take your shot.
You have a spot. Take your shot.
Telemarketing fraud is a crime that affects millions of Americans every year. Telemarketing scammers will say anything to commit fraud, even if you're the one initiating the phone call.
Hi, I see you're responding to our ad for a guaranteed line of credit. We believe that everyone deserves a loan. However, we do charge a small processing fee in order to get your application in the system. All I need is your bank's routing numbers. They're at the bottom of a check.
I was thinking of starting a business, but I didn't have the startup cash. My credit isn't so hot, so I thought this would be a great way to get the money I needed. I didn't realize it was a scam. Now I know better. Hello.
Mr. Johnson, we've got a credit card for you guaranteed.
Look, I'm not interested. Don't call me again, or I'll report you to the FTC.
Telemarketing scams usually start with a phone call, but they can also start with an online ad or a piece of mail.
I clicked through an ad on the internet and filled out a form. It seemed legitimate. They called a few hours later and said people like me were making lots of money with just a small investment. They said it was easy to get started and their business experts were just a phone call away. I didn't know they were a fraud. I still get calls for bogus business opportunities. I must be on some sort of list. But now I know better.
I understand you want to make money from home.
I'm not interested. Goodbye.
The Federal Trade Commission and your state attorney general are working hard to stop telemarketing fraud. You can help. Recognize, report, register. First, learn to recognize the signs of telemarketing fraud, like callers who ask for money first, or who want to know your bank account, credit card, or social security number. Scammers may even have your billing information before they call you. Often, they're trying to get you to say okay so they can claim you approved a charge. Second, if you have been scammed, or you think someone is trying to scam you, report it to the Federal Trade Commission. It's as easy as going to ftc.gov and clicking on the link on the right. It's more helpful to the FTC if you can give the name or phone number of the company that called you and the date they called. Third, join the millions of Americans who have registered their phone numbers on the National Do Not Call Registry. It's easy. You can register online at donotcall.gov. Be sure to complete the process by clicking the link in the confirmation email you receive. You can also call toll-free 1-888-382-1222 from the number you wish to register. And remember, although telemarketing scammers may seem friendly, they're anything but. They're trying to worm their way into your wallet. You can stop them by keeping your information to yourself, no matter how tempting the offer. Let's say goodbye to fraudulent telemarketers. Visit ftc.gov/phone fraud to learn more about how to recognize and report telemarketing fraud.
Last year, here at Alliance, we trained over 200 first responders in CIT training.
Unfortunately, a lot of the individuals that we deal with on a daily basis suffer from either an addiction or mental illness. Having deputies and officers trained to understand those signs, to understand how to comfort those individuals and de-escalate whatever anxieties they're feeling is critical.
Not every day a citizen is going to be having a good day. Sometimes they're going to be in crisis. And we want to teach them how to eradicate the stigma and be able to help people so that whatever situation they are placed in is not such a traumatizing event.
It's being able to talk to them, try to empathize with them and relate to them at some point. Sometimes it's just a matter of being heard. To really know that we're not here against them, but we're here with them.
So I work on patrol, and I know a lot of people think that, you work on patrol, the first thing you want to do is arrest somebody. But if I step back out of that, this person committed a crime type of mentality, then I go back into, okay, well, what's really going on here? Am I going to have to deal with this person again? Is this person going through something else? Are they having a crisis? Are they upset? Are they just having a bad day? Or is there a bigger issue that's going on? So being on patrol, sometimes I step out of myself and say, okay, how can I help you? What do you really need? And then maybe the best option is for them to go talk to somebody. Maybe they just need a hug that day. I have given out plenty of hugs, and it has come back to me that people say, oh, you know what, that day you talked to me and you gave me a hug and it really helped me.
I took away from it was not only am I dealing with public or detainees, is what I've learned within myself. The instructors were wonderful. They kind of went into their backstories on what they've gone through. So it's not even just about the public or citizens, it's about us as officers, because we have to go through some of this stuff as well. So we're learning what we can do. And not only is there resources for the civilians, there's resources for us as officers.
A lady was going through a crisis. She had on a robe, she had on shorts and bedroom shoes, and this is in the middle of the day at the bus stop just walking around, and she was saying the most craziest stuff that a normal person wouldn't say, but you wouldn't realize unless you kind of like are attentive to that or what's going on, that she needed something else at that time. So that day she was kind of combative. She was running in front of a city bus. So to me, that's extreme. That's an emergency. She might try to kill herself. She can put other people in danger as well, because everybody was trying to stop to not hit her. Took her to the hospital that day, and I remember going to the hospital and talking to her about taking her shoes off, because the nursing staff needed her to take her shoes off, and she didn't want to do it. So I found a way to find something on her that she liked. I saw that she liked the color pink, and I'm like, hey, you like the color pink? Look at this bag. This bag is pink. Let's put your shoes in this bag because it's your favorite color. And I could see how the nursing staff was looking at me like, oh wow, she really knows how to talk to the lady. So fast forward, I seen that same lady that I helped that day like a couple of months later, and it was her birthday. She said, my birthday's coming up, and I just want to tell you thank you that you really helped me that day, which helps build up a relationship with the community as well, because everybody out there saw that I helped her. So a lot of people come to me and say, oh, remember that day you helped that lady? So now they already know, okay, the officers are trained to deal with this kind of situation. So if I have to go through this situation, or somebody I love goes through this situation, then I know they will help me.
We know that across the country, there have been many issues, many incidents that we can point to where African Americans were either not treated fairly or were used.
We're in a new generation. A lot of us are afraid because we do not have a primary doctor that we can have trust and faith in.
It is unquestionably something that everyone, especially in the African American community, should take.
Don't wait until you would have wished you had. Go ahead now. Believe the science.
The only way we're going to be able to stop this virus is by all of us taking the vaccine.
You have a long life if you can prevent the diseases and prevent the illness.
I feel the same way I did as I did the day before I took the shot.
I feel great. I had no side effects. I waited on 15 minutes. I feel okay.
So I want to really encourage people to go on and take the vaccine. Prevention is so important.
You have a spot?
Take your shot.
You have a spot. Please take your shot.
When an emergency strikes in Durham County, will you know what to do? Receive critical, time-sensitive information straight to your device with Alert Durham.
Alert Durham provides you with critical information quickly for incidents like severe weather, hazardous materials, evacuations, and more. You can even choose the type of alerts you want to receive and how you want to receive them. Just go to alertdurham.com to register quickly and easily. Stay alert, stay informed, stay safe with Alert Durham.
Hey, it's Melon.
Coda.
And we're here this week to talk to you about wildlife. Now, it's a little chilly today, but it's about to warm up, and we've already started seeing wildlife calls come in. So we want to talk to you a little bit about the wildlife that you might encounter here in Durham County. Dakota, what are some of the animals that we get calls about?
So some of the animals that we will frequently get calls about are raccoons, coyotes, foxes, groundhogs, opossums, and deer.
And your favorite, skunk.
Skunks as well, and also baby birds. But it's important to note that as Durham continues to grow and more wildlife habitat is destroyed to make room for development, that you're going to be seeing these guys more frequently in your backyards because they have to find a place to go. So we wanted to make sure today that we touch on the fact that just because you see some of these species in your backyard in the daytime doesn't necessarily mean that they have rabies. Now, if you do see an animal, a rabies vector such as a fox or a skunk in your backyard, and it's kind of wobbly or it appears injured, definitely give us a call about that. But if you just happen to see it walking through, you might just have a new neighbor.
That's right. And so we want to make sure that you understand that seeing wildlife in itself is not a cause for concern. But sometimes you will see injured wildlife, and sometimes you will see baby wildlife that is separated from its mom. One of the things we're going to talk about is baby deer. People tend to find baby deer in their yard, in their garden, in their backyard. Mommy deer leave baby deer in a safe place or where they think is safe so they can go off and eat. So sometimes we see those baby deer and we automatically think they need our help. But what we should do is leave them alone, keep our pets indoors, and stay away from them. At about sunset, it's usually right about the time it starts getting dark, the mommy deer will come back, she will make some noise, the baby will make some noise, and they'll be reunited. So please, don't touch or bother the baby deer. Now, if it's there for overnight, then you should call us so we can check on it and make sure something may not have happened to mom. Another thing that we'll see are baby birds. Dakota, talk to them about baby birds.
So baby birds go through a life stage in which they're called fledglings. And what this means is that they are now old enough to be out of the nest, but they haven't yet learned how to fly. So oftentimes you will see these baby birds on the ground. They might be gaping for food. They will have some feathers, but they're not fully feathered yet. And what that means is that they have fledged the nest. Mom and dad are nearby, still feeding them and still making sure that predators stay away. So if you see a baby bird on the ground, don't pick it up. Don't move it away. Just with the baby deer, though, if you see it there 24 hours later, then that would be cause for concern and you can give us a call. So, Melinda, with regards to what we do and don't do with wildlife, can you go over that a little bit for us?
Sure. Now, we will always check on wildlife if you think it's injured or hurt, and then we'll determine whether or not we need to get that wildlife to either a rehabilitator or a wildlife veterinarian. Now, if wildlife gets into your house, in your living area, such as your kitchen, your living room, even a bedroom, we will absolutely come out and try to remove it for you. If it is a bat, we want to be concerned about rabies, so we will come out for that any time of the night. Now, we do not come out for animals that get into areas such as your attic or your roof. That's something that an exterminator or wildlife pest control agent would have to come out and do. We don't come out for snakes that are just hanging out in your yard, but if they get into your house and you know exactly where they are, we will come out and get them for you. Again, if wildlife appears to be injured or hurt, we will come and check on it. If not, we're going to say, leave it alone.
Also, it's important to note that we do not trap wildlife. We do set traps for cats and dogs. However, wildlife is something that we will not trap. And if you guys ever need any further information, a really good resource is from the HSUS. And this guide right here can walk you through living in peace and harmony with wildlife. So check that out for sure if you want some more information.
There's also ncwildlife.org, which is a website with great information about coexisting with wildlife as well. And if you need a trapper for wildlife, there is a trapping list by county. So just find Durham County and start making those calls. Those are the folks that can help you out with trapping wildlife.
So we hope that this has been informative because you're definitely going to start to see wildlife as it warms up outside, and we want to make sure that everybody can coexist peacefully.
All right, until next time, this is Melon
Coda
signing out.
Since the start of this pandemic, we responded to nearly 8,000 calls. So that's 8,000 opportunities to contract the virus, and that's also additional 8,000 opportunities to spread the virus.
We have to make sure that our community feels safe, not only by us protecting them, but showing them that we have confidence in the science.
When we talk about us or officers serving and protecting, how better can we show that we're willing to do that than to get a vaccine to ensure the safety of the community we serve.
I decided to take my shot to encourage other people to take theirs. It allows me to be able to go into work and feel like it won't be me next.
We want to make sure that people can get their food, can get their medicine, diapers, milk, all the things that they have to have.
Everybody's got to do their part. If you're not going to get the vaccine, you're just not using your head. And the vaccine is going to save lives.
I lost my dad a week ago,
through, from COVID. I don't want anybody else to go through that pain. You're saving not just you, saving family members, you're saving other people you don't even know.
We do have a sense of responsibility to the children, to our community, to our families. It's no other way. This is really the only way to push us forward.
You have a spot?
Take your shot.
You have a spot?
Take your shot.
You have a spot.
Take your shot.
You have a spot. Take your shot.
Operation Lifesaver's mission is to live up to its name. Since 1972, we've been the nonprofit rail safety education organization of people dedicated to eliminating death and injuries around railroad tracks and trains. All across our country for almost 4 decades, Operation Lifesaver's trained network of volunteer presenters are working proudly in communities like yours. Our safety message is delivered to thousands of people yearly, reminding them about the dangers always present near trains and train tracks, and offering them safe ways to navigate across highway-rail intersections. Operation Lifesaver presenters have reached people all across the United States, from civic groups, town assemblies, trade shows, youth programs, community events and fairs, and many, many other groups where we live, work, and play. Our presenters have been spreading a rail safety message for the benefit of all of us. We've seen an 80% drop in vehicle train incidents since Operation Lifesaver began its work. But there are challenges on the horizon. There are more injuries and fatalities involving trespassers than vehicle-train collisions. Trespassers include both people walking on or near the tracks as well as riding trains illegally. This becomes more crucial as train traffic in America is expected to nearly double by 2035. As the 21st century surges, rail travel is the fastest growth area in public transportation. Whether it's freight, passenger, or high-speed rail, the public will be experiencing more train traffic than ever before, and the safety challenges with that increase will require even greater public attention. Most of us don't realize that trains are wider and faster than they look, closer than they appear, and at 12 million pounds can take 18 football fields to come to a stop. That's a mile or more, and today's high-tech distractions wreak havoc in train incidents. Over 140,000 miles of crisscrossing track is traversed daily by texting teens, MP3 pedestrians, mobile technology drivers, and smartphone commuters. Modern life picks up the pace for all drivers, no matter whether they're beginning or experienced. Professional truck drivers or school bus drivers, EMS responders or law enforcement officers. And pedestrians trespassing on the tracks may think they've found a shortcut to their destination, but what they're more likely to find is disaster. The risks are all too real, and the success of our mission is up to each of us. Operation Lifesaver's presenters are personally dedicated to getting the safety message out across all 50 states. The difference starts with you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What we're doing today is doing a controlled burn on narcotics that we've been authorized and destroyed by the court system. And what we're doing this through is what we call a drug terminator. These are bricks of marijuana. We have bricks of heroin as well, and cocaine. So, like I said, we're in the process of destroying those. What we have to do is basically put them inside a paper bag. And we'll close them up. And we'll drop them inside this container. Then we'll put them inside the drug terminator. Basically the process. This thing will burn couple of thousand degrees, so it's burning everything. We drop pills in, like cocaine, heroin, a lot of marijuana, and that's the process.
Durham County Sheriff's Office, where's your emergency? Okay, we'll get deputies on the way.
Order! Move!
How y'all doing this morning? Y'all come on through.
I'm Durham County Sheriff Clarence Burkhead, and we want you to join our team. Honor, duty, service. If you have what it takes, our recruiting starts now.